bounties there. What is going on, everybody? We're getting ready for match number 1, week number 2 of Smirzera League Series number 4. Whole bunch of numbers there. How is it going? How is everyone doing tonight? Should be an exciting one. Obviously, we have all the wonderful, great teams. And then joining us, we have Empire in Zeke team Razav. And I literally was just thinking about the fourth, and now it's out of my head hole. Oh. Where did my brain go? There was one other team. We'll figure it out when we see them. Or we'll just be used to them already in the lobby, so maybe we won't remember who they are. Gosh. I was literally just staring at it. Oh no, Empire's down to the south. It's this team. Nail up, Valley 8. What team is that? Why can't I remember their name? What am I doing? And Zeke team in 4-0. They're getting up close and personal to start this day. Earn 0. Pushing with Andrew right towards Arthur. Arthur hits some good shots. Shotgun's coming out. Not doing a ton of damage. Arthur finds one. Almost gets taken down by Arnzira. Now Flavin. Gonna be making his way over to try and support his teammate. He's actually just gonna pick up his teammate and try and get on out of there. Selfish and the other two members of Nzeke team, they're trying to peek over this hillside, see if they can get an early kill, but 4-0. Flavin with some perfect driving there, gonna keep his teammate alive. They will not fall. It looks like we're gonna start off with a beautiful military circle, plenty of pandemonium to start this off as the teams are going to try and figure each other out, get a little bit of a taste of the action. I have to see how they all play out, who is going to take down who. Oh, but how's everyone doing? It's been, what, a week since the last one, obviously, because we do Monday and Tuesday. So it's been 6 days, I guess, since the last one. Everyone enjoying the PGSs so far? I have not watched it, so I am not caught up and have no idea what's going on at all yet. So I'm sure it'll be very interesting to see what's happening, as it looks like potentially dangerous, taking some shots at Mira as they're getting ready to drive across the bridge, but they make it through with just a couple of bullets connecting on the last vehicle. So now the question is, where are the players from Mira gonna go? Empire is already over here. Shinboy gonna hop in his vehicle, regroup. No, he's gonna go regroup with his team. Looks like Mira going up the hillside, trying to go around. Not too worried about taking direct confrontations. But Team Liquid, oh, They are getting surrounded by potentially dangerous, or just going around them, and it looks like they're trying to regroup right on the bridge to kind of keep a better bridge camp going. Hopefully a better one than they had against Mira anyways. They want to try and take down anyone that's going by them. That's not how it started out. Ooh, in the kill feed, we see the first player to go down from Nzeke team. Earned 0, the first casualty of week number 2. Fairy Tale picking up the first point of week number 2, and that's all the way up in crates. Team Liquid. You didn't get the vehicle stuck, did you? The 12? Best be getting that vehicle loose. Ready to move. Shot coming out from Sparking. Can they hit the buggy? It looks like the rest of them getting ready to move. One shot. Headshot from the bolty, but out of bullets is Sparking. Gotta go for the reload. Oh, they're gonna pick up a Panzer to go across? Oh, no, they're just gonna put it in the vehicle for right now. Okay. Thought he was gonna try and drive by Panzer someone. Looks like Div1 have taken the hillside. They will be looking down upon everyone. But it also means that if the zone pulls away from them, they're gonna have to jump down into everyone. So we'll have to see how they'll be able to do that. Do they have a couple of vehicles that they might be able to work with? A couple of E-pickups going above them. Razav gonna land in the buildings below Div1. So they're gonna make it into the building one after another. They don't take any damage. Relatively safe and easy E-pickup. Now there's another E-pickup coming through. Another team on the pickup. Dead end. Question is, where are they going to end up? Looks like they're opting more towards military base and the hillside. Empire have a little bit of a spread going along the southern road. They want to try and take people out there. XP, Wookie Bookie, Shinboy, and Poonage. The Empire boys. Potentially dangerous. They're still right here next to Liquid, but it looks like Team Liquid gonna make it around them. Towards the safety. It's potentially dangerous down below them now. Seen a few teams in this area before these ones, making their rotates, and really it's going to be about finding space. We have 2 minutes, 20 seconds until the next zone pop. Team Liquid very much trying to opt for the edge, as we normally see them do. I get myself some gnocchi soup. I hate to eat in front of you guys, but I don't want it to get cold at the same time, so it is like, oh, blistering hot right now, though. I'm so excited to eat some gnocchi soup. Fairy Tale. Looks like gonna be rotating right into another team. Valier going right in front of Griffith. Nayla pulling up just short. Pure RNG going for the shots. Ooh, maybe you shouldn't have hopped over that fence. No, you shouldn't have. Conf picks up a kill. Now they're going to be worried about getting the flush before their teammate can get back over there and help them. Luminosity on the hillside. Toxic. Thinking about possibly getting involved, but looks like pure RNG, the fourth team that joined us from Division 2. going into this week. Losing one early. Second player down. Jibbs has been knocked. He's lost his helmet. That's going to be very unfortunate for Jibbs, because now any headshot he takes is just going to completely annihilate him, so... He can't be super passive, though. He's still going to have to make his peaks. He's still going to have to try and look over the hillsides. So it's just a situation that makes it difficult. Elkadzia. Rello up in the glider telling his teammates exactly where Animaniacs are going. Plents, Artre, H11 Jr., and Fake 509. Previous members of 55, and then what was it last week? It was, my gosh, team names just not coming to my head right now. I don't know what it is. But it looks like Elkadzia and Animaniacs gonna be controlling the southern side of the zone. Mira, they're rotating right in between Alo and the rest of Team Liquid. Pretty big spacing there, though, so Alo gonna be pretty darn safe. We're gonna swap to the no cam, so I'm not, like, eating while casting. Or so you guys don't know that I am. That's what we're gonna go with. If you can't see it, there's no proof. Liquid, where you gonna go? Looks like right above Animaniacs is the decision. Mira trying to find a spot, and they're getting shot at by Elkadzia. Looks like they're going to go a little bit further up the hillside. There's some good dips you can play here. The only problem being later on, if you don't have good control, you can get taken out from above, as it looks like Razav may pick up a kill onto Black here. They're just not getting that final shot they need. There it is, to get the flush onto Black from Toyo. It's still a little hot to eat. I can go back to my camp for a little while. Oh, Luke 12, you don't want to go down there. That's not the play. I hate... Oh no. Liquid, don't commit down there. It's not the play. Animaniacs and Elkadzia, both in the area. Both would be able to get an angle onto you. Plents, he's going to back off. Animaniacs. Gonna be surviving for right now. Fairy Tale, they have 2 people across the bridge. They need to get 2 more. Because we haven't lost a team yet, and we are 12 minutes and 45 seconds in. Only 3 players down. This is high-quality lobby right now. Luminosity still not in the zone. Neither is in Zeke team. Rello still up in the air, still feeding over plenty of information towards his teammates. Fake and Luke 12 down on the rocky beach side. Oh, Roth, he's pulling up towards Luke 12. If Luke 12 didn't hear it, Roth may have the perfect little ambush onto one of the members of Team Liquid. As Mira, they're kind of keeping their heads down. They're worried about someone pulling up above them. They have plenty of space to work with right now. But it looks like 4-0, potentially dangerous. Fighting outside the blue zone. Gmo gets the opening knock onto Glock Nidavon. He's sneaking closer and closer. Does he? He does get spotted out. He takes down 1. Now he's got to go for the shots onto Arthur. And he misses the final shot that he would have needed. The nade going forward. Flavin from the side gets the knock onto the second player for potentially dangerous. Gmo gonna have to get res now. As the flush is starting to come out, potentially dangerous. It looks like they want to commit to this Slabby. His whereabouts are known. They do know that the vehicle pulled up over here. They just have to figure out exactly where he went. Gabriel up on the other side. Getting flanked by Flavin. Arthur, he takes a headshot. He's going to be able to get the heal off, but Flavin with the flank able to take him down. Now Slabby, he's the last one left. Zello, Arthur, Gmo, all going to be there for the trade. Stun comes down and over. Nade, and there's the shots. Potentially dangerous. The first team eliminated as we've lost another player somewhere else. The blue zone fighting, as there wasn't really enough room for all of the teams, except for the fact that Novo is completely open. A team or two could commit to Novo. There's so much space there. The problem is, all the teams that need a spot in zone would have to run the gauntlet through every other team still left in the lobby. That is a dangerous proposition in a lobby like this one. These players are going to hit their shots. They're going to punish any misplays that happen. As dead end, they're still in the E pickup. It looks like if they're going over to Novo, that's a great play from them. It is completely empty right now. It's definitely going to be worthwhile. So it looks like Animaniacs, they lost one to Luminosity. Luminosity, they still have to make it into the zone. The question is where. Fairy Tale getting some shots onto dead end. They're going to pull up on this building just outside of Novo. To the south of Fairy Tale. 4-0. Gonna be fighting Toyo. And on the hillside above, you see Animaniacs getting involved. The good nade from Arthur to take down Emmy for the first knock. Caspitan with the return nade gets one. And then Flameskir getting involved from Dream 1. Animaniacs not far off. Gmo, the last one left for 4-0. And down he goes. Fake. Able to take him down. Toyo, they're still surviving, but for how much longer? Benya, he gets one, and he gets a second onto Plents. Artre versus Benya, the last two remaining. The shots coming out from Benya. A couple more bullets. He needed another to be able to get the knock and the finish onto Animaniacs there. The heal from Artre already comes out. Now it's going to be game of win and who, as it looks like Liquid and Luminosity both taking a crap ton of damage. Liquid down to just Purdy. Voxic, the last one left for Luminosity, as Voxic takes a shot in the back by the Dragonov. Rello still up in his glider. He has not touched the ground in so long. Roth spotted out there by Purdy. Shot's gonna be coming through as Alo gets flushed. Now there's only 2 players left to be picked up, and Sparking, he's going out. Benya, he still has to make his way forward. He's gonna have to make a decision. Does he want to try and fight Artre, or does he go towards Razav and possibly Empire? Because it looks like right now he's opting for a rotate more towards Empire. Purdy rotating down into the blue a little bit. Looks like he's going to be hopping on some first aids to try and survive that way. Dream 1, they're starting to farm some damage, some kills from up on the hilltop. As Empire, they're making their way along the ridges, and Mira getting some shots onto them, but they keep on going. Mira, they're going to have to back down to their dips, because now Elkadzia have an angle. Cowboy was able to spot out a couple of the members of Mira, but not able to do much else. As we know that Purdy just killed Voxic in the blue zone. Pure RNG goes down in 13th. 1/4 of our teams are dead now. 4 more to go until we get to the placement points. How are the teams going to play this? How are they going to be able to survive? As Benya making his rotate has definitely found a little spot where he didn't have to fight Artre and has a spot in zone. He just has to avoid being found. Razav gonna have to try and fight Dream1 to make it up the hillside, but they already have Laucha and Martin down below Dream1. So it's not entirely undoable, as I almost forgot about ads. Oh no. Turn off automatic ads. I think I caught it in time, so it's not actually gonna play any. I apologize if it does, as Purdy, he goes down to Fakeson, who has an M24. Could be interesting to see that one play out. Now we're starting to see the kill feed light up. Elkadzia fighting up against Fairy Tale. Griffith and Shroud were trying to take some forward cover, but they quickly get shut down by Elkadzia. Dead end on the hillside. They find Roth. He goes down to Paradox. He was not expecting a full 4-man to be down here on the hillside, but they had to rotate out of their building, and going straight up the hill was not going to be the way to go. So they end up right on top of Roth, and now they have a 2-seater. So at least 2 players can send it forward. Rello already taking some shots. The vehicle gonna blow up. They do stop it, and they get behind a couple of rocks, so they have something to work with. Pirlo from the side gets taken down by DIY. Now we're gonna see the nades and the util coming out. Clausen almost taken down. Now he is. Now Paradox, MHP, they do some good damage to Rello. They are still surviving the blue zone at their back, pushing them, doing damage as this fight lingers on. DIY moving ever closer. More shots come through. Mira now pulling up behind DIY. Quan finds DIY. Cowboy going for some shots. 2 on Mira, taking down Rello. The last one up for Elkadzia. Getting third-partied. Quan with the shots. Finds him through the smoke. Dead end. Dead to the play zone. Mira, they have 2 knocked, and Fairy Tale trying to find them on the edge of the play zone. They're trying to get the reses off, but as soon as they do, Fairy Tale gonna be able to try and peek over the hillside and over towards them. They gotta get over there now while they're still weak, though. First aid is gonna be coming out. They're gonna be back up to a 4-man strong. The shot's coming out. Fakeson goes down. 3v3. Quan, great shots. Takes down Conf. Back down into a 3v2. The smokes, the nades, they're coming through. And Mira, the unstoppable force, making their way forward. But Shroud takes down LFP1 with the nade into the smoke. Down into a 2v2. Akim and Shroud, what can they do? Shroud, he's spotted out by Fauna. The shot's coming through. And Fauna, he takes him down. The shots connect. Akim, can he clutch it up for Fairy Tale? He's getting shot at by Dream1 on the hillside. Quan and Fauna pushing it together, and Quan takes him down. Mira, 8 kills, gonna be able to get the res onto LFP1 and be back up to a 3-man. Dream1, they got to this hill early, and they have made it work. 6 kills so far. They spot out DNL, tried to get a couple of shots towards the Amigos. Schnitzel! How's it going? Hardcore Schnitzel in the chat. Oh my god, what a shot onto Jibs! What a follow-up! 2 shots and Jibs goes down, but Mira goes straight into Nzeke team, and they are eliminated. After that beautiful shot, Vinny did get knocked, but he's going to get back up onto his feet. Amigos trying to seize this opportunity to send 12IG up the roadside. Headshot from Hansy onto Vapeskir, who does connect with a shot of his own. I don't know if the ad break's gonna play or not, but I'm gonna keep on trying to snooze it. It looks like I did fully cancel it. If ads play, please tell me, and I'll try and figure something out. Or I guess there's not much I can do, but hopefully it's solved after this one. DNL, the headshot onto Jibs, who, again, still doesn't have a helmet. So all the headshots very detrimental to his longevity. We got 5 teams left in this. Nzeke team, Amigos, Empire, Toyo, and Dream1. This plane flies overhead. Drowns out all the sound that we can hear. Let's see where that drop is. It looks like kind of close to Nzeke team, but I don't think safe to go to, because Dream1 would probably have an eye right on top of it. But it's quieted down a little bit. Oh, I say that as Vinny finds a knock onto Vapeskir, tries to get the flush. But 12IG, he gets the trade. On to Vinny. Hansy finds Benya, and that's Toyo eliminated. That nade, oh my god, so good. On to DNL. If he hadn't hit the ground, he probably would have ended up knocked. Laying down, giving him a little bit of cover. So now Dream1, they got to figure out where are they going to go to. Hansy eyeing that rock just down below him. Could be a good spot to go to. Might be able to find Poonage from that position. And then worry about making their way forward. But with Empire right down below Dream1, they're not really going to be able to deal or sneak over towards these two teams. 12IG, another headshot, another knock. And Vinny gets flushed out this time. Andrew going to be in a 1v3 up against the Amigos. And the Amigos, they are in the zone. So Andrew looks like he's going to try and rotate up the hillside. The question is where. Hansy with a quick couple of shots almost takes him down, and Jibs gets the final shot in Nzeke team. They make it up to 4th place before falling at the hands of Dream1, who are still up on this hill, but I feel like they should kind of like send 1 or 2 players to the rocks down below. Oh, now they're getting shot by the Amigos. This is what I was saying. If they just had dropped a little bit earlier while the Amigos were still distracted onto the rocks down below, I feel like it might have been slightly better for them. But I feel like you got to be careful dropping onto the rocks below to make sure you don't take too much fall damage. Hopefully the parachutes work properly. Flameskir looks like he's going to be the first one to send it down onto this rock. Only takes a little bit of damage. They have another rock that they can work with. I feel like they shouldn't all commit to the same one, and it looks like... Oh, did one of their players disconnect? It looks like... Yeah. I think one of the players disconnected as he was getting ready to jump down the hillside. No? I don't know. I can't tell what's going on with Hansy. Oh no, he's still good. He was just like floating there, and that was a little weird. Yeah, see, you have one person. I feel like they could have sent one down here earlier. They might have been able to try and pry Empire out of the spot while Amigos was still distracted. But now when Dream 1 peeks over this hillside, they're going to have to worry about getting shot at by the Amigos on top of trying to jump on top of Empire and make something work with it. Anzi, he's getting ready. Wookie definitely hears it. The final drop. Wookie is there. Wookie takes him down. So now they know there's one player down over there. The nade's going to be coming out. Going much too far. Is Poonage still below the other members? Jibs finds Wookie, but 12 IG. He's picked up a Lynx and he takes down Taifu. Jibs with the flush onto Wookie. So Dream 1, they're going to have a phenomenal game. And this is the shots coming out. Flamescur going to throw the nade forward towards 12 IG. And it bounces and it almost gets the knock, but Flamescur, he does with the Scar. Now they're going down towards Poonage. Taifu hits the ground. Poonage takes him down. Flamescur, the last one left, and down he goes to Vapescur. Poonage, there's one knocked on Amigos. Now's your opportunity. If you want to try and clutch this one up, try and take the 1v1 and get to him before they can get the res, but no. Doesn't look like Poonage is going to be able to make it over here in time. They're going to be back up to a 3-man. The nade going forward as he is still pushing forward. The stun. Nade rolling up and over towards Vapescur. Another stun. It doesn't do enough as Poonage, he finds one. He goes for the shots onto 12 IG. Doesn't connect with him. Nade going up. 12 IG pushes forward. That's the second one down. Can he get the third? Yes, he can with the nade. Poonage takes them down. And the Amigos get second place as Poonage steals it with that sky nade at the end. What an ending to that one. So we see Empire take match number 1. And now we're going to go to a quick break before we get ready for match number 2. Just a little bit behind the ball there. I had to run to the bathroom really quick before it started. DJ, what's going on? How is it rolling? Unmute. I'm still also trying to finish eating my dinner. My girlfriend made a gnocchi soup. It is delicious. DJ, if you didn't see the end of that match, you're gonna have to go back and watch it. Oh my goodness. Poonage clutched it up at the end. So. That's good. Yeah, Poonage clutched it up 1v3 at the end, and the way he won it was absolutely insane. So, I would definitely recommend. We'll be clipping that for sure, and we'll be getting it uploaded here, probably in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that was crazy. So now Shroud trying to make the push forward, gets a couple of shots into the back of Andrew, but he gets taken down from the side. Selfish with an early knock. This is the second time in Zeke he's kind of been involved with a hut drop. And this is also the second time that Fairy Tail and Nzeke have found each other early on. Though last time only one player on the side of Nzeke team ended up going down. Nzera gets the flush onto Shroud, and Fairy Tail gonna be on the back foot. Yeah, it was a military zone circle too, and we still had like, I think 62 players up at like 12 and a half minutes or something. Almost 15 minutes. It's kind of crazy. It was a really good first match. Nade comes out towards Vinny. So it looks like it's kind of stalled out a little bit here. Akim Conf getting a couple of shots here and there when they can. Andrew, he spotted him out for a second. That is a purple snake on his barrel. It was very, very shiny, very bright. Yeah. I mean, it happens. And this is a great way to test it out and figure out how far you can stretch, how far you can't. You're showing in the overall leaderboard is kind of showing, is your playstyle working, is it not? For Fairy Tail, they've had their games that are successful and their games that aren't, so they just need to take the time, go back, review the ones that didn't, and see what the difference is. And then look at the ones that they did and go like, we did a good job here. And kind of just go from there. In Zeke team getting themselves stuck. As Andrew getting ready to peer around this corner. From behind, he gets shot. One goes down, a second one goes down. Conf and Akim, they get 3. Conf, the last one left, he goes for the flush. And he gets taken down. Vinny doesn't even get flushed out. That is going to be a full 4-man wipe for Fairy Tail. Toyo and PRRNG, they've been fighting. IQ takes down Emmy. Looks like Benya, the last one up for Toyo. Valley 8 Penta surrounding him. IQ on the other side. So it looks like S12K being picked up Benya not messing about. If you want to try and crash him, you can try and crash him. Yeah, I think the thought process with flushing really has to be, do you know where the fourth player is? If you don't, hold off on flushing for a second, see if you can hear where he is, and then try and go for a flush. As Benya, he's throwing a couple of nades forward, but that fence is going to block off anything going towards the members of pure RNG. Nailup, the only player currently down on their team. So that nade goes through. It doesn't bounce into the doorway, though. Penta, he was so close. Benya, he's made his way out of the building and into the shack. Sneaky boy, I tell you what. Oh. First team knock that we've seen in the kill feed. And yeah, he's hiding in this corner. He's daring them to try and push towards him. Oh, Valiate being outside. He's going to prep a nade and throw it into the bathroom. Oh, Benya, I don't know if going outside was the right play. Oh, Penta, he's going to go back into the other building. Penta, he gets knocked, and Valiate there for the trade. Benya goes down. I think they were onto the shack, though. I think they realized that was probably the only place he could have gone. They cleared it very clinically. Didn't leave many other spaces for the option to happen from. All right. Finally done with my soup. Took me a second. But I mean, I guess, well, casting and also trying to eat can be a little bit difficult. Kadzia. They had quite a wide split going, but it looks like they're going to start converging. Roth, he's still going to be over towards the prison rocks. How long will that last? I'm not entirely sure. I feel like that could be a kind of detrimental position with how far away from the rest of the team he is. Potentially dangerous. They're going into the trenches. Cowboy finds out Gabru. Takes a couple of shots. Kadzia on the hillside. They're just trying to control most of Lumberyard. Gabru, it looks like he's going to continue about his rotate, try and find a better spot for his team. How's everyone's Mother's Day? Everyone enjoy spending time with their mothers and or significant others, celebrating the day. Luminosity, they have a little bit of a split going on as well. 4-0. Gonna be up above Voxic. And probably one of my favorite compounds to play. Definitely not my favorite, but I do like the sightlines you can get out of it and some of the fights that can happen there. It can get pretty entertaining. So they had it going on. Rello, he finds a knock onto Fake. Solkadzia, they decided to put Rello over here on the rocks to be able to give a little bit of cover to Roth. Maybe put a little bit more of a reel on the split that they had going on. Team Liquid. Looks like they're going to be on their move, on their rotate. The question is, where is their rotate going to take them? Halo, Purdy over by Shelter. Is this the spot that they're thinking about taking? As the zone starts to close in again. 55 alive at 13 minutes. Not quite as many, not nearly as many as last match, but we're still having some teams survive longer. And I feel like we're seeing higher numbers currently for players later into the match for these lobbies right now. Looks like a lot of the players from Inzeke team swapping vehicles. Andrew can't take that one because there's already a tire popped on it. Oh, it looks like Valiate, pure RNG. I have a little bit of info on Inzeke team and what they're up to. As if Valiate sees Smirzera stop here and doesn't see anyone else with him, he may be able to get himself a free knock, maybe a free kill. Vinny gonna continue forward, Smirzera. Now gonna make his rotate, and that's gonna be the fourth vehicle going forward. Valiate, he had positioned his car perfectly here to not get spotted out. 4-0. It looks like they're going to be fighting Inzeke team. This is where they decided their rotate was going to lead them, and E-Pickup had gone up 4-0. They are not able to grab it. Inzeke team was not going to allow that to happen. Arthur, you might be able to make it back down there and try and hop back onto the pickup. No, I think now it's too late. They could have, but I mean, they have plenty of vehicles here, no reason to take the E-pickup. As Mira getting crashed onto by Inzeke team, well, really getting driven by Fakeson. Takes a lot of damage. Fauna, he goes down to Selfish. The flush coming out, but it's at the cost of his life as LFP1 gets the knock. Inzeke team. They lose 1, but they pick up 2. Not the worst outcome. And Fakeson, he's still spotted out, but in the back, Paradox hits a headshot and follows it up to take down Smirzera. Smoke's going to be going out to give a little bit of cover, emergency cover going out as well. Hear the shots drilling into the ground around Inzeke team. Oh, from the side. Luminosity, they found a little bit of an angle, but now they're going to get thirded by Empire. Voxic and Shinboy have been traded on each side. That nade to try and get the flush onto Voxic, and it's perfect. So Luminosity, they lose 1, and they're going to have to try and turn their attention towards Empire. Wookie, that nade looks so good onto Snakers, but he still survives the P90. damage from Gat's spoonage. He goes down to the P90. And now it's just on to Wookie. Taking a couple of shots towards Gats. That nade does a bunch more damage. And Gats, I know you're going to want the flushes, but that P90 isn't going to have a ton of bullets left. Wookie still taking more damage from the nades. One or two more, and he could go down. But do they want to commit that much util towards this? Bizzler wants to throw another one. That nade! Almost perfect. A little bit more to the right, and it would have taken him down. More smoke's coming out, and it looks like Wookie going to be trying to play the long game on this one. He doesn't want to get taken down. Wants to try and get his team a couple of points if he can. As in Zeke team, they've made their way up the hillside after getting shot by Luminosity earlier. Bizzler with the Molotov forward, and it's going to get the knock onto Smirzera. Andrew, what can he do a little bit further down the hillside? P90 spray through the smoke again. I feel like I'd want to save those bullets for something a little bit more impactful. Smirzera, he is getting carried by his teammate. Surely wants to try and get the res out. No more offensive util for Luminosity, and Vinny is just giving such good covering fire that Luminosity hasn't been able to do anything up against the other members. Liquid, they have pure RNG down below him. Two-man outside of prison, and then Purdy, he's inside of the actual prison buildings. Has Razab go right in between Nzeke team and Luminosity and Alcadzia. Getting some damage onto Nzeke team now. And you know who's going to pull up now? Mira. Mira is going to pull up. It's just one team after another. Handsy spinning out down below on the roadside. He hops out of his vehicle. He's going to be involved in this fight later on. Fakes in the last one left for Mira. His LFP1 got taken down by Rello. Oh, Purdy. He's already in this vehicle and already in this building and fakes in. Trying to survive. Definitely gonna hear the footsteps above him. Nades coming out. Shots onto Valiate. The knock doesn't come through. Alo prepping the nade. Throws it forward. And it does get the knock. Almost onto two. Now this one much further to the right. But Alo, he's alone over here in 4-0. Shots into the back and he gets knocked. Purdy gonna be the last survivor for Team Liquid. On the second floor, fakes it on the first floor inside of prison. Penta making a run forward. Might be able to find the flush onto Alo, but 4-0, not going to allow that to happen as the nades start flying forward. They just need one a little bit closer to get the flush onto Alo as well. There we go, that's just about the flush. Confirms their point. Gmo trying to spot if anyone's going to go down to the low side. And Nzeke team and Luminosity on that eastern side still fighting. One player knocked for Luminosity right now. So Nzeke team, the team with the overall lead in numbers of players currently. It looks like the res is going to be coming out. And Cowboy, he gets a knock onto Andrew from the side. Dead end. They're trying to make their rotate into the zone now, and it's going to be right in between Nzeke team and Alcadzia. Not really the most comfortable spot to be. 3 nades in the hand of Smirzera. What can he do with them? The first one gets the knock onto Paradox. Can he follow through with any more? The second one gets the flush. The third one gets nothing, but Smirzera finds MHP and Dead End go down with a little bit of an assist from Roth. So now in Zeke team, if they wanted, could go back to fighting Luminosity, but it looks like they're going to turn their attention towards Elkadzia. True! What's going on? How is your day going? Andrew backing up, getting shot at. He's almost taken down, but he still survives. Make sure to try and catch this one, DJ. The last one you didn't try and catch. Gads gets the flush onto Andrew. That's 5 kills for him, 8 kills for Luminosity. Bunch of solos and duos still left in this match. Cowboy, he's sneaking his way down here. Smirzera on the edge. The sun goes forward. The shots come through. Cowboy goes down. Off on a solo mission. And he is eliminated by Smirzera. Oh, wow. This is rigged. Neither of us caught it, DJ. 12 IG fighting up against Gabru, but DNL gets the knock. The nade goes through from the grave. 12 IG gets taken down. The vehicle gonna blow up. And it almost ended up landing onto 12 IG. Potentially dangerous. They're going to be circling onto this one. They want to try make sure that the res doesn't come out. Slabby making his way forward, getting shot in the back now. Elkadzia. He's going to have to back off. 12 IG going to be able to get res. Div1 going to have to try and make it through Lumberyard as Rello finds Smirzera rotating through the middle of the zone. Fakes in. Looks like he was able to take down Purdy. Oh, that is unfortunate, DJ. Well, this time at least you threw the ball. True said hi and didn't respond to me. I'm sad. Slabby, he spots out DNL. First shot connects, nothing else. As Gabru did end up back onto his feet. So it is still a 4v4 on this edge of the zone, but Luminosity is lurking. Yeah, it does a little bit, true. Div1, shot by Lopez. Glock finds a knock onto Gats. Now they're gonna know that Luminosity is behind them. Bizzler spotted out, and Glock finds a second. One remaining for Luminosity. Snakers, and he's already rotating a little bit further away. He might try and turn around, take some shots towards Slabby. As 12 IG, he gets the knock, but Div1 there for the trade. The rest of Amigos still trying to cause problems, but Div1 finds a second. He's going to be fighting Amigos on his own as the other two worried about the backside, and now they're going to be making their way over here. Lopez spotted. Lopez goes down. Good spray from Slabby. DNL, the last one left for Amigos. The Molotovs, the Suns coming through. What can DNL do? He has some support. DIY gets a knock onto Slabby from behind. Div1 has to hit the ground. Oh, that seems like a lot of fun, true. Nidavan, he gets 3 knock on to Lopez, so it's still going to be a 1v1 over there. Nidavan versus DNL. Cadvia. Glock finds DIY from the side. Rello, he's over on the rock, so he's not going to be able to support Roth in this fight. As Nidavan able to take down DNL. Alcadzia going to be fighting potentially dangerous. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wasted a blue zone nade. It's going to give some cover, though. Rello, he's up here. Going to have to deal with IQ and Valiate. The other member of Pure and RNG got taken down. And then there's Gmo. 4-0 down in the prison, and he's only going to be able to survive as long as the blue zone allows him to. Sorello up on this rock is going to have to try and deal with Valiate and IQ. And I don't know if they know about him. I don't know if he's shot a lot lately or not. Valiate for that split second was all Rello needed. IQ trying to trade some shots. The nade being crafted, it's being thrown so close to the kill. But IQ just barely surviving the second nade there, and it bounces too far. Being blinded probably didn't help him there. As IQ repositions 6 first aids to work with. Two v 2 over here on the eastern side of the zone, and then on the north there's a 1v1. Roth takes a couple of shots from Glock, but that's about it. Now the shot's being traded. No, Rello has an angle onto this and is doing some damage, so now potentially dangerous. Has to regroup, find a different way to try and attack this zone. This Rello, he's going to be trying to deal with IQ. Oh no, Rello spotted out. Rello goes down. And now Roth DIY, they're continuing behind, and they get the knock onto 1. IQ from the side tries to get the steal. And now it's going to be a 2v1. IQ. You know that Rello is knocked. Do you try and just go for the kill steal before Cowboy and DIY can deny it? Or Roth and DIY can deny it? Man. Not even knowing who's alive. Oh, IQ takes a couple more shots. Rello just feeding over information. IQ gonna get the flush. He's gonna pick up another point for Pure RNG. Kadzia, 7 kills. Famas, 3x spray, does a little bit of damage. IQ still survives. They are at angles where he might be able to take them as 1v1s. 16 bullets is all DIY has. The nades going forward. Not finding any damage as the shots come through. 1 more bullet. But IQ, he's surviving. The Molotovs, the stuns, they're going forward. And he goes down as Roth finds the final shots. Alcadzia pick up the win in match number 2. Pure RNG, second place, 11 kills. That's going to be a good match from them. They may have just joined Division 1 after being in Division 2 in the first week. But they've proved why they made their way through the promotion. Along with the Zeke team, they had 11 kills, down in 8th place. So now we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 3. Swap over to this one so the leaderboard pops up properly. I'm going to roll some ads before it does. Here we go. Match number 3. I can't believe that after this match we're already going to be halfway through this. It kind of feels like we just started. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the Miramars and the Erangels just go by so quickly, even if they don't. But, I mean, I guess just time flies while you're having fun. And this is always a blast. So we'll have to see what team is going to be able to take home the win in match number 3. Are we going to have a new team? Is one of the teams that already won going to have a repeat? Am I going to get a headache from having these glasses on because they pinch up against my head with my headset on? Maybe. Should I probably buy some earbuds or something to avoid that problem? Definitely. Am I going to? Absolutely not. Oh, whoa. Oh. Fakes it. If that would have been a headshot, that would have been crazy, but instead, I think it hit him in the chest. 94 damage. And he almost gets knocked out of the sky. Oh my goodness. Almost had a crazy shot to start match number 3, but instead, all the team is going to be surviving. All the players going to be surviving. We started this one with 63 and not 64. So one of the teams are going to be down a player. And it's going to be a down to the south that the zone ends up going. Which I think is good, because I feel like we've, for the past few weeks, had a lot of north zones, or like right around terminal. I feel like we haven't had as many down to the south, so it's going to be a fresh look, fresh taste for us to see what's going to happen. As Luke 12, he is just sprinting along the hillside. And he might end up finding Pirlo and Paradox. Completely unaware. The rest of Team Liquid, they're going to be pulling up on this. As Alo, he takes down Sparking. Oh no, Team Liquid in shambles. That is the second team knock onto a friendly player. As Luke 12 from behind gets the knock onto Paradox. Alo going to be driving away a little bit, but where are they going to go to try and get to safety as Vinny gets involved and gets a knock and flush onto Clausen. So it's just pandemonium to start this one for Dead End. Teams sneaking up on them, trying to find kills onto them wherever they can. Pirlo, he loses a tire, keeps... No, oh, well, he goes right into the rock. I guess not a ton of control was kept there. Purdy tries to get a few more shots over there, and now members of the Zeke team getting some shots onto Team Liquid. As they run a vehicle up onto the side of the rock. Selfish not going to be able to get his vehicle back, and Dead End are going to crash onto Smirzera. As Smirzera, he finds the knock onto 1 MHP, gets the trade, gets a flush, and what a spray there from Selfish to get the finish onto Dead End, who are the first players out in match number 3, first team out. Team Liquid, they got to stop knocking each other with vehicles. It's gonna put a damper on things when they're trying to make some plays happen. It was already the second one that I've seen from them so far, and we're only into our 3rd match. So now, settles down for a second. We've lost a few players. There's going to be a little bit more space opening up for people to try and do something with. Hopefully Team Liquid got back up to a 4-man. As I don't think they did. Mira fighting Amigos. DNL chasing a little bit too hard. Gets turned on. That's one down. Fakes and gets 12 IG, and that's his second knocked. Vapeskar farther off. Spotted out. The shots come through from LFP1. But a single bullet connects. Vapeskar gonna get picked up by his teammate shortly as Luminosity. They're going down to Fairy Tale, Voxic, and Snakers, the two remaining. The shots come through. Akim, he barely survives. He takes 98 from Snakers, and he goes for the re-peek. The nade there is going to get the knock. So Snakers from the grave at least does a little bit more damage, gets a knock, but Luminosity down in 15th as they try and crash onto Fairy Tale's compound, and my goodness. I know I said that going down to the south would be a little bit of a change of pace. I was not expecting absolute pandemonium because of it. Now we see 4-0 making their rotate. They're going to go past the prison and further down towards the south. The problem for them is that that's where every other team is. There's almost no one to the north of this zone. So if this hard shifts back up to the north towards Bucksansa, there's going to be so much open space there to play. And we're just going to see even more people just sending it back up to the north. Because they're already down in the south. Few teams still have to rotate. Mira, they did some damage earlier, but now they are going down to Toyo. Benya gets launched into the water. So there's only one player remaining on Mira. Benya, he knows exactly where LFP1 is. He's giving the info out. LFP1 gonna want to go for the spray. Benya, he's gonna go down into the water, and LFP1, he takes out Cloud0. What can he make happen? Emmy from the side, he's out of bullets. Emmy, you gotta reload. Don't go down because you don't have any bullets. He finds the last kill. And that is Mira getting bridge camped by Toyo and taken down in 14th. Early fights, early crashes, and a bridge camp. We are getting a little bit of everything here at the beginning of match number 3. People fighting over the compounds that they want, camping the rotates they know players are going to have to take. They are capitalizing on them, whether they are playing solid defense or having a good attack. Algodzia. They won last match. They're looking to turn around their week after kind of a mediocre week number 1, but DIY wasn't here for it. Jam was filling in, so we got to see some wonderful gameplay, a little bit of different gameplay from Algodzia. Now we're going to see what the rest of the teams can do. And with the fact that there is so few teams for phase number 1 before, because we've already lost 3 in the first 10 minutes and we've lost even more players, there's going to be plenty of space for people. Are they going to be able to capitalize off of it? Are they all going to go into the same area like they are currently? There's a lot of different ways this could play out. Team Liquid, they took this area early, and they have a beautiful 2-2 split going in the center of the zone. So now the question is, how are the rest of the teams going to react? Potentially dangerous. They're going down the hillside. Fairy Tale just kind of on the hillside, taking a couple of shots towards Gabru, is trying to look back towards and get a couple of shots in return. As it looks like potentially dangerous. Just can pull up on the hillside. On the edge of zone. Animaniacs, it looks like they're in an E pickup. Razav. They had the hillside, and they're sending one player down below. Dream1 in the compound just next to him. Buster, appreciate the follow. How you doing on this wonderful day? Gets a knock onto Griffith. Fairy Tale, they don't want to lose one early here. They're going to try and make a send over. Conf pulling up on the rock to try and get the res. Smoke going to come out, and that's going to alert Liquid that there is indeed a player going for the res onto Griffith. Question is, they have a 2-2 split going, and I don't know how much they want to commit to this. Alo gonna be here with Purdy. I'm doing pretty darn good. Any day that I get to cast some PUBG is a good day. It's always a ton of fun. So we get to see some of these big names going at it, duking it out. Trying to take the top of the leaderboard. Toyo, they may not have had the most wonderful of weeks last week, fighting for relegation until the last couple of matches. They're looking to turn it around this week. They don't want to suffer. They don't want to leave it to the last day. And they get a kill onto Alcadzia. That's going to be a good early pickup for them. Luminosity, a team that's already gone out in this match. I haven't quite paid attention to the leaderboard during the breaks, I'm not going to lie. I've been busy trying to get everything sorted. So I'll have to look at the exact things. What I should do is I should go like this. I should pull up the Twire on my other monitor. That way I can see what's going on. Oh. Did the Twire get messed up? Oh, here it is. This is the one we want. Oh, Vapeskir, he finds one onto pure RNG, goes for the peaks, and he gets a second. Penta going further around on the hillside, gonna try and find a different angle. Vapeskir gonna have to back off of this. The shot's coming through. Not able to find a knock, but Fairy Tale, they hear the shots, they saw the knocks in the kill feed, and they are not gonna shy away from this. They're gonna come right over here. And Amigos, they gotta try and find this kill as quickly as possible, but Conf, he gets the knock onto Vapeskir. Valier gonna get flushed out, stolen by Akim. So Amigos, they needed the points here, 12 so far, which isn't bad, but definitely probably would like a couple more. As Rello, he gets a knock onto Flavin. Now more shots coming through farther from Gmo. Not able to connect. Rello, he should be able to get the first aid off. Throw down a couple more smokes. Be able to go back and try and take this. As a nade goes into the smoke, does a little bit more damage. Flavin getting rezzed. Can Alcadzia try and make a push forward off of this? Roth spotted out. Good shots immediately from Gmo. Has that dialed in. Gonna pop the tires on the vehicle. As I just realized, through 2 matches, Team Liquid only has 2 kills. That is crazy. Purdy gets taken down, and now Alo alone in a 1v4 up against Potentially Dangerous. The other two players from Team Liquid farther away in this vehicle in a difficult spot for Alo. He hops into it. He tries to drive away. Fairy Tail making their way over here. Alo trying to get out of here, getting shot at by Potentially Dangerous. But he's not going to get shot at by Fairy Tail, so he'll make his way back down to his other two teammates. Dude. My neck. Feeling a little iffy right now. I don't know why. Lopez, he's still alive. The Amugos are surviving. Penta is surviving for pure RNG. He's going to be able to loot his dead teammates' bodies for a few more first aid kits, survive out in the blue zone for a while. You know who else is in the blue zone? Caspi Tan trying to go for a little bit of a flank onto Fairy Tail. This shot's coming through from Toyo. Only doing a little bit of damage. It's Caspi Tan. He's spotting where Fairy Tail's going. So he knows that they haven't gone very far yet, as it looks like Team Liquid have crashed onto a Zeke team. They were able to take them down as they pulled up on a new compound. Empire takes their old compound. No hesitation coming through from them. Fairy Tail, they're on the rotate. Where are they gonna go? Up towards that northern portion of the zone as they're sending it right through. Akin barely avoids the rock. They're gonna pull up on a little bit of a dip. How much cover does it give them? Not enough. Gmo. Oh, it's Glock that finds the knock onto Griffith for Potentially Dangerous. Gmo for nothing. Taking a fight up against Alcadzia. Flavin takes a bullet from Roth as Conf gets the flush. Gmo goes down to the nade from DIY. Arthur, he's there. He gets taken down, and that's 2 for DIY. Flavin gets a few shots in return. Gabru, he gets a knock with the mortar. Oh, I'm gonna need to see that. Roth preps the nade, throws the nade, goes for the shots. Down goes 4-0. The flush from the mortar. As now Gabru, he's taking shots from the side, and he goes down to Emmy. Slabby. Spotted out by Benya. The shot's not connecting. Toyo. 3v3 against Potentially Dangerous unless Gabru can get his feet back up. And Emmy, he goes for the shots, but Slabby's nade ends up connecting for the knock. The nade going forward, and it bounces off the roof and deflects into a harmless spot. More nades come forward. That one, if he was still up on the rooftop, would have been perfect. Benya goes down to Nidavan. Smirzera in the building. Nades going through. Potentially Dangerous still up as a 4-man. Gotta be fighting up against Toyo. Lopez for Amigos. Getting the flank around the bottom side. Penta gonna be up above on the hillside. The nade from Smirzera does some damage to Nidavan. Lopez, he's still sneaking. They don't know about him. He walked his way down the hillside all the way to here. Smirzera has gone down. Penta still... He's about to make his way towards a bunch more bodies, so we might be able to just pick up a whole bunch more first aid kits among the death pile. Empire XP trying to find a spot in zone for his team. Alcadzia looking towards the side of the hill. They find the shack. Roth gonna call it good there for right now. Lopez, he's trying to sneak his way up here as potentially dangerous. Spotted out. Lopez. Lopez is not spotted out Penta. He's still alive. A couple more teams go down, and he could actually get a couple of placement points out of this. Potentially dangerous. They're crashing on Fairy Tale's position. One goes down. Does the second. The nade! And it's a 4-kill nade and spray from Akim. Animaniacs taking on Alcadzia DIY. The last one still left standing. Fisher getting shots from behind. The spray coming through from DIY. He's not finding anything. He's just dipping, ducking around this rock. DIY still alive. Liquid, they may have only had 4 points in the first 2 matches, but they got 5 in this one. DIY, he's still alive in the smokes. Animaniacs trying to find him, and he's just laying up against the vehicle. He's in the backseat, spotted out by Plents. Down he goes. Alcadzia down in 7th place, and Penta up to 6th place. Still in the blue zone, surviving with whatever first aid kits he's found. Jibs takes a couple more headshots. I wonder if he has a helmet this time. Game 1, he didn't have a helmet, like, at all for most of the game. So I'm wondering if in this match he has one, as Sparking picks up a knock onto Plents. H11 Jr., the last one standing, and down he goes. Sparking picks that up. And Animaniacs go down in 6th place. Penta is showing us some old school PUBG, how to get the extra points, climb the leaderboard with the placement points, surviving into the late game. Empire with XP, Wookiee, and Poonage still up. Have to make their way into zone. Penta sneaking up behind them. They have no idea. He's got 4 first aids to work with. He sees Poonage in front of him. And Empire is going to start making their rotate. Wookiee. Would it be worth it to take the shots? Doesn't look like Penta's going to. Penta, he's going to try and send it forward as the blue zone starts pushing. And finally, he goes down. We're down to our top 4 teams. Dream1, Team Liquid, Razav, and Empire. XP having a little bit of difficulty trying to hop up onto that rock as Wookiee takes a headshot from the Dragonov. And now Dream1, the only team that still has to find a way into the zone. Oh, Sparking. We saw a 3K from him last week with the mortars. Unfortunately, all of them were knocks. Are these mortars gonna be better as it comes crashing down a little bit too far? Reel it in a bit. Reel it in a bit. And they might be able to find him. It's the shots coming out from Taifu. Another mortar goes up and over. Does it connect? It does some damage onto Poonage. Doesn't get the knock. That one's a little bit closer, and it does even more. Oh, right in between the split of Empire. So close for Sparking. He had it dialed in right in between Poonage and the other 2 members as Laucha finds a knock onto Flamescur. Nades now coming out. The knock onto Punage with the first nade. The Molotov to follow. They're trying to find more. Sparking finds a headshot. XP, the last one left, and Taifu picks up a point. The last member of Empire. And the util was the demise for Empire. Not anywhere they could have played it to be safe. Rezav, they're coming over to the edge of the zone to try and keep Dream1, try and push Dream1 into Team Liquid, but if they give up too much, Team Liquid is just going to be able to roll on right behind them. So it's going to be important for Rezav to try and push these two teams into each other while still trying to control some of the zone, but looks like Alo and Sparking are slowly able to make their way further and further around the members of Rezav. Dream1, the only team with 4 players still left alive, but also the only team that has to fully push towards the next zone. Wow. Hiccups, man. They kill me all the time. Laucha, Fisher getting some shots. Flamescar gets the return onto Fisher. And the nade from Hansi, and that's the first knock. Can they find any more? With that, though, they should have secured themselves a position to go to towards the next zone. Taifu from behind, gonna get the knock onto Luke 12. And Taifu, he was playing that anchor position, and it worked wonders. That is 2 kills that they've already picked up towards this end zone. Laucha does get a knock onto Jibs as Bale goes down to Alo. Hansi finds Laucha, and now it's going to be a 2v3 Dream1 up against Team Liquid. Taifu, they know is going to be up on that high side now. And Team Liquid, they have 10 kills so far. They've more than doubled their points already. Probably, well, they've probably tripled them by this point with the second place to go alongside it. So the question is, Alo and Sparking, can they find any more, or is Dream1 going to pick up a couple of kills, cement themselves even higher on the leaderboard? Currently in 6th place, they're having a good day. 15 points in 2 matches. It's definitely something that's pretty comfortable. Hansi, he gets the knock onto Sparking, and Hansi, I feel like, has been a standout player so far in this first day for Dream1. Just absolutely nailing his shots. Alo, he's making it over here. It's going to be a 1v3, though. We've already seen 1v3 happen once so far today in the end circle. Are we going to get to see a second one? As Taifu, he's coming through from the other side. Alo going to have to try to find the shots, but no. Taifu hits the head, and down they go. Dream1 picks up match number 3. 6 kills and a chicken dinner. Fairy Tail, though, great game from them. 12 kills. And with that, we've made our way halfway through. So we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to get ready for match number 4. And even more PUBG action. So, way of play, they're, after each match, they go through all of the divisions. Here, I'll bring it up on Twire so you can get a better look of it. Um, before we hop back into the match, because they're just hopping into the plane right now. So, this is Smirzera League. So, this is Division 1. So, Elkadzia, Empire, Inzeke, Pure RNG, Liquid. This isn't accurate because this isn't updated because I haven't clicked refresh here. Let me do that. Here we go. And then the bottom 4 teams get demoted next week. So then Division 2, they kind of show you like how the teams are doing, who's going up, who's going down. And then Division 3, and then Division 4. So, yeah. So they just show them all so you can kind of see like what teams are going up, what teams are going down. Maybe you'll pay attention to some of the teams like in Division 2. Obviously right now there's 55, so it's like, ooh, kind of want to pay attention to that team, see what happens with them. You got Psycho, Karak, Sam Crow, Tiny on that team. Synchrony, they've been in Division 1 a lot, so maybe they can make their way back up. Obviously Systematicos, Bonsai were up there. Dots are in Division 2 right now, so some fun teams to try and pay attention to. As got a little bit of a hut drop going. Inzeke team, again, with a hut drop. They haven't had a team, or haven't had a game without a hut drop. The first game, it was only like a 1v1 hut drop, but still technically a hut drop. So I don't know what it is with them and hut drops, but they just seem to be obsessed. But yeah, if you ever want to look at the Twire for it, I have League board set up, and that persists through all of the weeks and everything. And you can go back through and you can look at all the previous weeks and everything. So Vinny. He's gotta be careful. Oh no, he's getting sprayed down, and down he goes. Rello connects with the final shot. And the flush comes through, and Zeke team, they're down 2 players. They've had a few hut drops, and unfortunately, Elkadzia definitely not one of the teams that you want to meet in the early game. But yeah, I am always happy to explain things. For anyone that has any questions, because I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be very fun to watch a caster and have no idea what's going on. But that seems difficult. But after Dream 1 took the win in that match, they are up into first place right now. Very impressive from them. Last week they were fighting to avoid relegation, and this week, Hansy especially has really kicked it up a notch. Team Liquid rotating next to potentially dangerous in the exact opposite directions of each other. And, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Her observer had some network lag there for a second. I thought I was going to have to check and see what was going on with the other one. But we should... Okay, Halo. Gotta be careful there. Don't go flipping the vehicle. This is unusual. So, Team Liquid, I feel like is a team we normally see play the edge of zone. The first 2 matches, it did not go well. So now we're into match number 4 after last match, which they did do well. And this is the second match in a row where they're kind of playing towards the center again. And it looks like that little bit of a change has really helped in the last match. We'll see if it's going to do the same thing here. If they're really going to be able to kind of make something happen. With playing from the center of the zone rather than more towards the edge. Oh my god, dude. I got a sunburn yesterday because I was outside for more than 2 hours. And if I'm outside for more than 2 hours, I get sunburnt, like, immediately. So I got some on the backs of my hands. So anytime I, like, just barely rub it against something the wrong way, burns. Oh, from the side, Gabru gets a knock onto Quan Mira. Maybe get a little bit greedy for this drop. Gonna lose one early. LFP1 doesn't get hit at all, and now Div1 gonna get some 3 gear and a new weapon to use. LFP1, he's taking some shots from the hillside. The nades going up and over. Not connecting with any knocks. So it looks like Mira may be surviving as a 3-man for right now. Fauna gonna take some shots over towards Gabru. Bum, 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 bum. Wow. Shroud. Gonna be in a difficult spot here. Luminosity. Oh, Luminosity was sneaking up, but Animaniacs actually gave a little bit of covering fire. Voxic still able to find the knock onto Shroud. The flush soon to follow with the shorty. Why waste any bullets from the AUG when you can just shoot a couple from the shorty? Now we're gonna see Mira still just chilling in the compound right next to Potentially Dangerous. Nothing really happening with them. Plenty of space left between the two teams. Oh, Slabby, he's on that hillside there. Still trying to keep track of Mira. Maybe get a couple of shots, make sure no one tries to sneak on up over here. LFP1 finds a good angle through the window. Gonna be spotted out, though, and no shots connecting. Oh, Gabru. He has a mortar. He goes for it. 228 is what he goes with. We've seen a lot of mortar shots go out so far today. Sparking is the only one to do damage with it. And oh, that is a good spot. Maybe just slightly left is all that needs to happen. But they are all in buildings, so I don't know how much the mortar is going to do. Right into the courtyard. I think they save it. Or if they can get a knock or something else to happen. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be super productive currently. As they're kind of putting the mortars towards people in a very secured position. They can just hunker down, wait for the mortars to be done. They know there's not going to be more than like 3 to 5 shots. They don't really have to worry about it. Now we're just waiting as the time goes by. We're at almost 10 minutes, still 16 teams up. lost about 6 players. Hansy being one of them for Dream1. So with Hansy going down, we're going to have to see how Dream1 can play this one out. We know with them winning the last match, they have it in them to do really well, and they have the center of zone to work with. So that's going to be very helpful to them. And Zeke team, as a 2-man, have the edge of Yulin. So that is 2 teams that could definitely use the center of zone because they have already lost a player or 2. Now they'll be able to just try and hunker down their position. We're going to see a lot of teams on the rotate. Team Liquid, one of the earliest to try and get another central position. Which, Team Liquid, their first 2 matches didn't go. They realized that a lot of teams were playing on the edge. And the fact that they realized it after only 2 matches and have changed their playstyle, and it's clearly shown to work pretty well so far, is crazy. It shows the adaptability of some of the higher level teams in this lobby. Luminosity, they had a match, their last match, where they tried to go to the center super early, and it just ended up not working out for them. And now they're playing the edge, and they're still alive. Without a lot of damage or anything taken. I'm sure their loot is looking pretty good. Mira took one down on Fairy Tale, but they're just kind of rolling up in the middle of the zone. How they picked one up on Fairy Tale on their way through, I do not know. Take a quick sip of some water. I'm going to be trying to find a co-caster for tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to end up finding one or not. But we are going to be looking for one. And then from this week forward, hopefully we'll get a good little thing going. With co-casters and everything for every day. But we'll have to see. I'm going to try and reach out to Lightbite and stuff. See if I can get him on board. I'll be messaging in the caster chat for the North American PUBG. Maybe Isaiah will join us a couple of times. We'll kind of have to see what we might end up getting. I'm waiting on just one overlay as well, so I can actually get like our caster faces. I don't have the overlay for our faces to show up side by side, so it's just like a black screen right now, and then the 2 cameras, which looks a little funky, let me tell you. So that should be fun. What a timing from DJ there with that timer ball. Guaranteeing himself the gimme ghoul. Dude, how to evolve gimme ghoul in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is crazy. You have to, by defeating gimme ghouls or finding small ones around the map, collect 999 coins, and then you can evolve Gimmighoul into Goldengo. It's crazy. All talent, no luck. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, DJ. You planned that. You timed that. You were like, alright, how long since it started? Alright, we're at 87 seconds. I'm gonna send it now. Clausen, he got spun out, but he is still surviving. He's got to make it a little bit further forward. Dead end. They're crashing onto Luminosity. Gats finds the knock onto Pirlo, and all of a sudden we're onto potentially dangerous. We swap back over. Gats gets the flush. MHP goes down to Voxic. Paradox and Klausen a little bit farther away. Sparking gets the knock on Paradox. Now Klausen, the last one, still driving forward. Still alive. Is Dead End going to be the first team to go down? Oh, if he turned into 4-0. Unfortunately, I think Dead End goes down here. As Klausen takes the shot. Zello gets the headshot, and down they go. First team eliminated in match number 4. So Mira have the spot closest to center currently. And Zeke team on the edge of the zone. Or on the edge of Yulin. I am so sorry that that's what you end up with, DJ. At least it's not his evolution. If you got that as his evolution's actually really good, so that would have kind of sucked. As pure RNG fighting Razav on the side here. Division 2 matchup brought to Division 1. Valiate gets a knock onto Laucha. Vapeskar from a third party gets a knock. And Bale ends up going down to the blue zone. Razav eliminated. Amigos ended up with more of the kills there than pure RNG. And, oh, Emmy. He gets the knock onto DNL. Lopez from behind. Gets a couple of shots onto Emmy, who's just going to hop into the vehicle and kind of distract Lopez for a second. Will his teammates make it up the side of the hill, but Lopez gets the spray onto Emmy, and down he goes. As Mira getting crashed on by Alcadzia. Rello goes down. Cowboy goes down. The trade is there, but Fauna gets the knock onto Roth. DIY, the last one left, up against Fauna. Fauna getting shot in the side by Nzeke team, and Kadzia go down. Mira, we're down to a solo, but they gotta try get back up if they can. Dream 1 trying to flex out a little bit. Chibs wants to find the kills if he can. Benya, it looks like he's rotating back down for a vehicle. Caspitan has one further down to the south. Akim for Fairy Tale just kind of parked here on the side. Oh, the double flush from Jibs there, and he goes back to the compound. That's a huge pickup for Dream 1 to try and keep themselves towards the top of the leaderboard. Trying to fight for first place. IQ gets taken down from the E pickup. Pure RNG pulling up into Yulin. Penta. Where is he going to go? The rest of his team not there to support. Andrew hears him, throws a nade over here, doesn't connect with any damage. The rest of Pure RNG is not going to be playing with Penta for a little while. So it looks like they're going all the way around, and it might just cause them to run into other teams as they continue their rotate. Looks like it might be right into Empire's hands that they fall. Mira, they finally go down to Sparking after Fauna had taken down a couple on Dream 1. Oh, Benya, he is just relaxing right on the very edge of zone. Toyo, they are so split. They are not playing this as a two-man. They're playing this as two solos. It looks like Benya going to be trying to make his rotate and potentially dangerous shooting. Team Liquid in the back is going to give a little bit of good cover. As we're going to see if Penta can pull off some great snaking again. Benya is going to actually make it over to Caspitan. As Team Liquid coming over here. Purdy trying to crash on. Luke 12 gets some good shots onto Benya. Not enough. Caspitan finds Purdy. Luke 12 finds Benya. The nade comes forward, but Caspitan, he finds Luke 12. The flush coming through. Empire getting some shots into the back of Caspitan. Alo there on the edge of our screen as Caspitan tries to get the flush onto Purdy. Nade getting prepped. Nade getting thrown. Good damage. And the Panzer comes out from Caspitan. Res is going to start happening. Halo, he spotted him out. Another nade would do wonders. I think that's a blue zone. It's going to do a lot, and it actually gets the kill. Sparking, great use of util, but Empire, they saw this fight in the kill feed. They want to try and sneak over here, try and mop it up before Team Liquid can get back up on their feet, but the nade comes out. Liquid going to be aware that a team is lurking. They're going to rotate back in the other direction. No. No. It looks like they might actually be trying to take this fight straight to Empire. Purdy from the blue zone gets taken down by Wookiee. Sparking tries to go for the shots, and he finds XP. The flush going to come out as Alo runs over Wookiee. Sparking goes for the first aid. Is it in time? Yes. Pinpoint accuracy on the timing. Wookiee going to get flushed out by Luke 12, and now Shinboy, the last one left for Empire. He's going to be making his way over to the tree, but the spray, and Luke 12 gets the kill. Sparking ends up going down to the blue zone. Alo going to go on a little bit of a rescue mission here. Going to pick him up, putting him in the vehicle, and drive him into the zone. As Valley Hate actually makes it back over to Penta, so pure RNG going to be able to play it as a two-man again, potentially dangerous on the eastern side. Akim lurking, could be a snake, a rat in their side. Luminosity just outside of the zone. 4-0 towards the north. We'll be able to kind of rotate through Yulin. Meanwhile, Animaniacs, they're the team that are going to have to really make some happen. And they already take a headshot from potentially dangerous. Where are they going to send it? As Akim, he finds one, almost gets the second, but Nidavon with the MG3 able to get the knock. And Luminosity, they know where this team is. They're going to start flexing out as Liquid trying to find their way in from this edge of the zone. They're probably going to have to crash right onto Yulin, right near where pure RNG is. Luminosity, they flexed out a little bit, but now they're just going to go right back. As Liquid was getting some shots in from the side. I'm going to have to give myself a good little stretch here after this match. Gats takes down Glock, so one goes down for potentially dangerous. The flush comes out, Ninevon goes down. That's a second. The nade's gonna come out. Luminosity has plenty, but it's the spray from Snakers to take down potentially dangerous. Now Dream1, they're trying to make their send. They have some smokes over here, and they go right into... No, they go right past them! Maybe they thought there was a rock right there, but Flamesker, he already goes down. Jibs trying to make it back outside. And he does. And he finds a little nook to try and play from for right now. Valiate with an MG3 as Team Liquid pulls up above Valiate. Penta had almost gone down. Put a little bit of aloe on earlier, and I think I need more. As Valiate from the side taken out by Alo. Pure RNG down to Penta. Jibs just outside. Depending on where Sparking goes, he may end up finding Jibs. Oh, there's no way he doesn't throw a nade towards it. He does. Shots come through from Jibs. The nade, it was perfectly into the corner. Luckily, the folded shield keeps Jibs alive, and he gets a nade onto Sparking. The return nade from Jibs, and it was perfect. The follow-up, not far enough. Team Liquid gonna try and get the res onto Sparking, but Jibs, he's not gonna allow it to happen. He's gonna get some fire as a nade goes forward. Only does 4 damage. That is a nade, and it's looking good towards Sparking, but it doesn't connect. Jibs goes down to Snakers. MG3s galore in this match so far. Alo gets the knock onto Snakers. The res coming out onto Sparking. Team Liquid at 11 kills so far. But Sparking and Luke 12 both incredibly low. Breezel. This was one of my favorite Pokemon when I was first getting into Pokemon. Used them all the time. Not really my favorite anymore, but... Oh, Penta, he's prepping that nade. He's throwing it forward. Oh, he hits the side. Now he gets that one through. Doesn't do any damage. He did spot out Alo a little bit to the right. One more nade. Penta, now's the time to use it. Use it in that same spot. No. I know you're thinking about it. Do it. Do it. Trust me. It's gonna work great. He didn't hear us. We tried to give him the what's up. Oh, you gotta throw that farther. Finger rolls it. Doesn't find any more damage. No more offensive util for Penta. He's sneaking forward. The headshot does go out, and the shots to follow. And Team Liquid pick up another one of the solos. Sparking, if he can get up on this rooftop. Oh no, he's getting shot at by Gats. DJ, you want to let me catch one of these Pokemon? Like, come on. This is ridiculous. 5 teams left, 14 up, Animaniacs. Oh, Zello, don't push this unless you have another stun. They're on each side. They got some folding shields. Artray, he goes down, plunks the next one, and he finds the shots. Zello picks up 2. Snakers was spotted by Alo. The shots not connecting. Sparking might have to try and find himself a new vest. His is currently gone. Gats finds a knock onto Gmo. 4-0. Trying to go for the insta-res if a nade comes through in the right spot. Oh, the blue zone. Should be able to get the re-knock right onto Gmo. No, he has... Oh, now he does. He had the jammer pack. It helped him for a little while. Zello gonna be going for the res now. Voxic, can he bounce it off the side? Folded shield gonna be there for protection, and it's not even gonna get destroyed. So we got Luminosity, Liquid, 4-0, and Inzeke team. Still up and going. Luminosity, Team Liquid, both with an MG3. Bizzler, he goes down to Sparking. Dropped a nade. The flush is going to come out. 3v3, Luminosity and Liquid. Good nade from Snakers. On to Sparking to stall a little while. Voxic around the side. The spray's coming through. Luke 12 not able to get the knock. No, it's the blue zone from Alo to get the knock onto Snakers. So that's 2 knocked for Luminosity. Alo finds one onto Zello. Gats finds one onto Gmo, so 1 apiece for each of them. As a couple of nades and shots. Sparking gets the knock onto Voxic. And Zeke team down to 1. Luke 12 goes down to Gats. He's watching that smoke, seeing if he can find anything else. He wants to get more for the team. Earned Zera. It's going to go down. Gats going to get another point. Team Liquid up to 15. Alo just watching for if Gats jumps down off of the side. Be able to have the angle down onto it. Molotov going to go towards Andrew, but right into the water, and that's not going to do anything. Fire and water don't mix too well. Sparking, slowly making his way further and further around. More smokes coming out. As Andrew just trying to survive for as long as possible. Luke 12 finally getting the flush onto Voxic. And Gats, he goes down to the blue zone. Andrew, the last one left. 1v3. We hear it, but down he goes. Sparking takes him down, and Team Liquid 17 kills in the chicken dinner for match number 4. Beautiful game from them. Luminosity, they had a game of their own. 3rd place and 11 points. We're going to go to a quick break before we get ready for the wonderful Miramar matches that are to follow. Here we go. Match number 5, the first Miramar of week number 2. What fantasticness will be brought to us in this one? As we get, oh, you know, I was like, what's. My brain wasn't working because I was like, something's missing. The sound. I forgot to unmute it. And if you don't unmute the audio, then you're not going to get any sound. Should be obvious, but apparently I forgot about it. And it looks like we're going to go over towards Monty. For this one, Animaniacs. Getting some shots over towards Fairy Tale as they're driving around. Oh. Gotta take those off. Hurting my head. Now my eyes are gonna hurt. I think I really need to get some earbuds. That would solve a lot of my problems. I really love my headset, but staring at a screen all day has started to wear on my eyes. So I've had to start wearing blue light glasses. And those don't really get along with headsets too well. Wow, it's gotten nice and quiet. No early fighting here in this one. Everyone's taking their time looting up. What team do we think goes out first? Let's see. I'm gonna say... Oh, what team? I don't even know. Maybe, like, Dream 1 has a bad game somehow? I don't really know. I don't know. A lot of space right now in the zone. A lot of teams look like they're kind of fine with rotating into this late. I mean, we're already 4 minutes into this, 1 minute left until phase 1 starts to move, and only half of our teams are in the zone, and the rest don't even look like they're really gearing up to start driving, besides Team Liquid. But they don't have a very far rotate, because they were inside of Los Leones. Fairy Tale. Gonna be right in this situation next to Mira. Looks like they might have been thinking about getting over here, but LFP1, he's already there. Con gonna have to back off, not commit to this one. Regroup with the rest of his team. Almost went right into the waiting arms of LFP1. As it looks like the other two members of Mira are gonna send it closer to the edge of Monte Nuevo at the crossroads, ready for any rotates, trying to get a couple extra kills there if they can. Dead end going down the hillside. Poonage, was he spotted out? Poonage, they're turning around for you. Stop going for the energy drink. They pull up, he finds one. On to Paradox. Pirlo gonna be the next, and he finds his second. Now he goes for the third, but Clausen gets the knock. The rest of Empire gonna be coming over here to try and support. Poonage does get fully taken down, but they get the knock onto Clausen, the re-knock onto Pirlo. MHP goes for it, but he goes down. XP takes him down, and it's dead end. The first team eliminated in match number 5. That Panzer somehow doesn't take down the member from Team Liquid. Alo survives on his sliver after the Panzer hits the back of his vehicle. Yeah, Empire, I think, did a little bit of a switch up. I'm not entirely sure. If Empire was in here, we'd be able to ask, but I have not seen them. But yeah, I think a couple new names, or maybe they might be, just filling in for the moment. Fakeson, oh, he was trying to sneak his way forward to get the knock onto Conf. But epic. There was an insane end to match number 1 today. It was crazy. You'll have to go back and double check it and everything, but whew, it was good. It was really, really good. Oh, Flamescar seems to be in a little bit of a difficult spot. Gabru pulling up on it. This Flamescar, he's gonna prep a nade, throw it forward. Gabru throws it over to the left, but Flamescar far to the right. Jibs further up the hill. Now the rest of Potentially Dangerous making their way over here. Flamescar ends up taking himself out with the Molotov. The nade almost got the flush onto him, but instead he just goes down in flames, as his name commands. So Dream 1, they're down to a solo player. Jibs, the only one up right now. Amigos have a 2-2 split. that is splitting pure RNG in half. And I feel like there was another 2-2 split right next to those guys. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, DJ, how do you feel about what Flamescar just did? Do you think going down to the Molotov was the right play, or should he have tried to fight it out as Flamescar gets taken out of the vehicle by IQ? Smoke's going out. 12 IG. You're in a tough spot. Yeah, and you're in between a 2-2 split of pure RNG. And Team Liquid and Luminosity getting involved with each other. It looks like Luminosity lose 2. This is Team Liquid. They have 1 knocked, but they should be able to get the res. Doesn't look like anything more is going to come out. Ooh, Bizzler, where are you going to go? You've already lost a tire. Doesn't look like you have a ton of spots you can go to. It looks like the gas station is going to be what it's at. Yeah. We didn't get to see it from his perspective. And it definitely could have been just hitting the tree. And it would have been great to see it from his perspective, to know exactly what happened, but, all we do know is up in flames he went. And no one gets the point. And it's not a bad thing for Dream1, because they're in the top of the leaderboard right now. 2nd place. Last I checked. Let me double check again. Yeah, 2nd place currently with 35 points, just ahead of Alcadzia and in Zeke team. It's pretty, relatively close. Yeah. And again, he may not have denied. It may have just ended up looking like that, because he might have hit a tree branch, and if so, that's really unfortunate. But if he denied, potentially dangerous. They're down in 10th place, so they're not really in the same fight as Dream1 currently, so I feel like they could have just taken the fight anyways. If they lose to potentially dangerous, then it's not a huge loss. They're 15, 20 points ahead of them, so yeah, Molotovs can be tricky, but they can be super invaluable. The problem is, there's blue zone grenades, and I'm gonna take a blue zone grenade every single time over a Molotov. They're just better, I think. I mean, if you can stack a Molotov and a blue zone grenade, that works really well. But if you have, like, 2 blue zone grenades, you're good. Where's the rest of Mira? I feel like LFP1 just drove through the entire circle on a bike, and he's just chilling. Oh, Valley 8 right on the side of Fakeson, and then Lobes gets the trade after Valley 8 gets knocked in pure RNG. End up with a couple of kills on Tamira. They just gotta work on getting the flushes. LFP1 had a 1-2-1 going with the team. Mira kind of suffering a little bit so far. Only 9th place, 21 points so far. Yeah. And again, potentially dangerous isn't, like, in a spot where it, like, super affects Dream1 currently. Fairy Tale landing next to Animaniacs, and it looks... Oh, no. Archray getting stuck here after Fake, takes a second to get through the doorway, but they're both gonna make it out of there. They're gonna go over to their teammate, Fauna. One of the two remaining for Mira, and down he goes. His DNL takes him out of the vehicle. Fake, he almost makes it inside, but does he get shot before he makes it behind the wall? No. No, he is safe. You want me to hydrate? Oh my goodness. That's probably a good idea, honestly. Fair enough. Alright, this is like the current leaderboard, just in case people came in, don't really know what's going on. Team Liquid, first place. Luminosity jumped up after the last match. 4-0 jumped up. And everyone else kind of like dropped a little bit, but not a ton. Dream1 doing phenomenal up in second place there in Sec A team. Coming from Division 2, and they're in 4th place currently. Phenomenal. That's a mortar. When it shot towards Gabru, it looks like it did a little bit of damage on the first, but wasn't able to follow it up with anything beyond that. Is there Molotovs being shot in return? Or mortars? Not Molotovs. I was still stuck on the whole mortar thing. Andrew ended up getting a knock onto Roth with the mortar. So that's one down for Alcadzia. They should be able to get the res. It's Mortar City. Out here. Ain't no Motor City, this is Mortar City. My goodness. But yeah, so Toyo down at the bottom of the leaderboard. Fairy Tale down at the bottom of the leaderboard. Mira down towards the bottom of the leaderboard. Definitely some surprises. They just haven't quite hit their stride yet. Maybe we see something different going on. The good thing for Dream1, they are up to 35 points already. Our cutoff, usually 40 points. So, just so long they don't start going out with 0 points consistently, they're going to be fine. Jib's going to be throwing some nades over towards Team Liquid. But it could be paramount to just chill in the building and try not to get taken out before you get a placement point or two. I mean, every point counts here right now for Dream1. Because they just need 5 more. And they should be into safety to stay in Division 1 for another week. Pure RNG, they're making their way through the gauntlet. Valiant gets taken down by Lopez. It looks like Fairy Tale. So trying to get shots on them, not really connecting with anything. And the rest of Pure RNG gonna be in a dip, and now Cowboy from above has found an angle onto him. DNL gets the knock onto IQ. More smoke's gonna be coming out, and through the smokes, Cowboy gets a knock onto Penta. The spray gets the flush onto IQ. Empire pulling up down below Okadzia. Razav, they're holding up against Toyo. The knock and the flush onto Benya. Clouzera will be short to follow. Razav, they kind of need a big one. They haven't had any real success so far today. 12 points. So it's not like they haven't been going out with 0 points. The real team that struggled the most so far is Dead End. 3 points through 4 matches. H11 Jr., you're out of bullets, so gotta go for the reload. Sprayed down by Akim. Good couple of shots. LFP1 gets the knock onto one, tries to go for the spray onto another. H11 Junior drives past, gets knocked from the side, and down goes Animaniacs. LFP1 stays alive. A little bit of help from a couple of teams there to take down the Animaniacs. And Dream1 going down in 14th. Still 13 teams alive. Jibs went down. No points for him. Razav pulling up on the building right next to Team Liquid. The nades coming through. Downstairs, Fisher almost gets knocked. And Team Liquid just chilling over here in these compounds. They were sharing it with Dream1. Now they're sharing it with a different... Oh, Voxic gets quickly taken out of the vehicle, and the other member goes down to Luke 12. No buffering. Come on now. No buffering. For nothing. They're on the side of the hill. Rello, he's got to be a little bit careful. He's down on the low ground. So if his teammates can't shoot down onto these players, he may end up getting left out to dry. Roth does get a couple of shots towards them, and Zeke team, they're making their way up against the rocks. Elkadzia. They're going to be surrounded here pretty soon. 4-0 on one side. And then Zeke team on the other, who are slowly climbing the rocks. Roth gonna have to try and spot them early before they start to overrun the position. And Roth, he hits the ground immediately. DIY, he's gonna be here to support. The nade goes up and over. DIY there to support, but Zera, the nade is good, gets the knock, and DIY gets caught on the rock a little bit. Takes some damage. Vinny further away is now Penta finds the knock onto DIY. Rello just making his way forward. He gets the knock onto Lobes, goes for the shots towards Penta, but Penta, he's surviving the nades, gonna be traded. Penta versus Rello, who has the better nade. As Penta almost gets the knock, but it looks like neither of them will be able to get the nade kill onto the other. Zeke team still up on the rocks with Cowboy. He's just gonna be chilling down in that crevice. Pure RNG goes down. 8 teams remain. Zeke team, they're trying to clear the rocks, looking in the crevices for any more players from Elkadzia. Cowboy, he is behind them, so they're going to rotate right past him without ever spotting him out. Vinny, the last one left over here. If Cowboy peeks up and over, could end up being a free knock and kill before the teams can get over here. What a crevice that is. Like, that is crazy how well covered Cowboy is there. How little of an angle Zeke team has towards that. Rello starting to go forward. Cowboy, oh, now he spotted out. Andrew ends up getting the kill. Gets the flush. Now Rello. The last player for Elkadzia. As Martin ends up finding a knock onto Sparking the Molotov. Not quite enough to get in there. 3-man for them since the beginning of this one, and this may be their best match so far. Potentially dangerous, taking some shots, and Zeke team up on the high ground. Div1, you gotta be careful. Don't want to be shooting your teammate there as he's strafing back and forth in front of you. Slabby goes down to a headshot from Andrew. The smoke comes out from Div1. Glock maybe there for the res. More shots towards Smirzera. Nothing connecting yet. Now the headshot. Rays have Team Liquid still fighting at this compound. Liquid should be able to pull them out in the next zone when they have to leave the buildings. I think Cowboy just wasn't ready for Andrew to be looking at him there. Oh, Andrew, it doesn't look like he has a helmet, so if Shroud can just hit the headshot, Andrew may go down. That coop is dusted. Luckily, they have a second one that they can use if they want. If it's not stranded. Oh my god, dude. This sunburn's starting to really hurt. Nade forward, so many folding shields for Team Liquid, who still have a bunch of nades they can use. Nades, Molotovs, they can deny so much space here. Purdy, he goes down to Shroud. Fisher finds Sparking, but takes a headshot from Alo. Like Alo's going to be able to follow it up with anything. Shroud takes down Martin. Fisher goes down to Glock. Bale, the last one left. Vinny got an angle onto Alo. Sparking's been completely flushed out. Every team just focusing on that fight. So they have to move forward. Slabby gets taken down by Vinny. Div1 goes down to Vinny. On top of it, Glock just laying down, trying to survive. His feet sticking out the back. Shots coming towards him. And finally, the feet betray him. Gabru, the last one left. On potentially dangerous. He's, like, up on the rocks below Zeke. Rello is in the middle of the zone. Fairy Tale is slowly moving closer. And Fairy Tale are trying to take care of Team Liquid as they make their way up the rocks. Purdy almost goes down to the nades. As now Selfish finds the knock onto Alo. Purdy goes down as well. Luke 12, the last one left. And Zeke team from the hillside just finding everyone, and they can still chill up there for a little while longer before the zone pulls away from them. Oh, Rello does not want Shroud to make it forward. Oh, Smirzera has made his way all the way forward, trying to deny Fairy Tale any positions to play from. Luke 12 just laying down. It's just a bunch of people in difficult spots. Smirzera gets the knock onto Griffith. The nade coming out from Shroud, not anywhere close enough. And Shroud looks like going to be going for the res onto Griffith. Smirzera pops a couple of stuns, making his way forward. Here's the footsteps of Shroud. Just doesn't know exactly where he is. Shroud coming around the other side of the rock, and Smirzera doesn't want to have to deal with that, so he goes around. Now we're going to look for a re-engage if he can. Andrew jumping off the hilltop, leaving just one up there. Vinny coming over to try and help clear this out. Shroud takes down Griffith. Luke 12 spotted out. Shots coming through by Vinny. Nade almost goes up and over. Doesn't. Shroud voids the Molotov. Gabru's still alive. So it's in Zeke team and 4 solos. And not a single solo wants to peek at all. Luke 12 gets the Molotov onto Shroud. Gabru finally spotted out. Andrew gets the finish onto him, and now it's Rello and Luke 12 as the ones remaining. Rello's still alive. I don't think Andrew knows about him. As they didn't spot him! What? They literally just ran by him and didn't notice him. Vinny gets the knock onto one, gets the flush. Selfish is there. He gets the knock. He finishes him off. What a sneaky snake there by Rello. Yeah, DJ. I agree with you there. How dare I? Poor little me. Zeke team, though, had a wonderful match there. I'm agreeing with you on the sympathy for the sunburn. It's ridiculous. It's very simple. If I didn't wear the hat, I wouldn't have any problem right now. It's a very easy solution. I'm just choosing not to do it. Give me a sec, Azhar, and let me look at my settings to see what I got it at. What do I have it at? I think I did mine in the properties. Yeah. I don't think I messed with my settings. Okay, ads are gone. Azhar, are you still here? Go into your properties, and make sure that you also have enhance pointer precision turned off. If you're still here. This is the important thing to make sure to check off. Because it'll change your speed, and stuff no matter what. So even if you like mess with it here or in your settings and stuff, if enhanced pointer precision is on, it messes with your mouse speed because it tries to like slow it down if you're going too fast or something, and tries to speed it up if you're going really slow, and it's a bad setting. But whenever I mess with any of my speeds or anything, I do it in here. In my mouse properties. Right, here we go. The last match of the day. I feel like we got to it kind of quickly. It's only 10:11 right now. We're gonna, at this rate, we're gonna be done this by 10:30. Is this really? Ah, that's unfortunate, DJ. And Zeke team was nailing it. I have that muted. Come on. Be on top of it, me. Turn that off. So, anyways, we'll take a look at the Twire leaderboard really quick while we wait. Team Liquid, they're in first place, 60 points. And Zeke team, with that win, up to 52 points. El Gadzia in third place with their consistency at 42 points. Dream1, they've dropped a couple of places now because they had 0-point match there. Down into fourth place. Empire, 33 points. Fifth place, potentially dangerous, 30 points. Pure RNG, 29. Luminosity tied with them at 29 as well. Something crazy to think about here is in Zeke team, Pure RNG, Empire, all came from Division 2. They are dominating. They are doing amazing. Razav, the other team that came from Division 2, and even them, they're at the top of the relegation zone. They're still in relegation right now, but Toyo, Animaniacs, Dead End, all below them. Toyo struggling again. Really crazy and weird to see them kind of towards the bottom of the leaderboard. Not exactly where I expect them. And then they'll come out here one of these weeks and win. And it's just so back and forth that it drives me crazy. But yeah, if we're looking at teams that are probably going to be safe, I'd say potentially dangerous and up are good right now. Our cutoff point is 40. If you're 30 and up after day number 1, you only have 10 points to get. You can afford a couple of bad games and work with it from there. Yeah, so I mean, Dots are in 7th place right now. Obviously, so one slot's taken for 55 already. I mean, look at those numbers. 82 points. So the real fight is honestly from 2nd place, it looks like, all the way down to 9th place for these other 3 positions. All very, very open. So it could be pretty entertaining, as now we're getting some shots back and forth. Oh, Pirlo, he was waiting for Shinboy to try and peek that again. Oh. You know what? We're gonna go unusual for this, because I need that hat off. It looks like in Zeke team, fighting Dream1 early on in this, and in Zeke team, already down 2 players. Dream1, gotta try and make something happen. Handsy has a nade right next to his feet. Was able to avoid it. Jibs gets the knock onto Selfish, earns 0, the last one left. He takes down 1, tries to go for the flush, isn't able to do it. The player still had immunity. That situation, going for the flush when it's a 1v3 and you're surrounded, I feel like that's way more understandable. I supported that, so I'd be super stoked and excited to see Dots in Division 1. If they don't make it into Division 1 this week, I think we should definitely see them by week 4 into Division 1. Just as they get used to kind of playing in the Smirzera League. Because there's definitely some teams that I feel like play in this that don't play in scrims and stuff, so they're playing against some different teams that maybe they haven't really seen before, so it's a little bit different of a situation. That is a really good sky nade. But, I mean, no matter what, just so long they keep on placing towards the top half of the leaderboard, they're gonna get themselves some more Smirzera League rank points, and they'll start in Division 2 instead of being down in Division 3. Simply because I think they just haven't been playing as much as some of the other teams. And if you just play Smirzera League, you're getting your Smirzera League points, and you're going to slowly kind of climb up the leaderboard. So, great shots there from Roth onto Gabru. He still needed to hit 1 more. Gabru spun out a little bit. And he does! He ends up hitting the headshot. What a shot from Roth there with the 3x mini. Yeah, DJ. If it's a 1v1 or 1v2, try and take the fight instead of trying to go for the flush. I feel like it's way more worth it. I feel like the showing for it is a little bit is better. The turnout for it, I feel like it's a little bit more promoted. More teams do it. I want to say a little bit less of North America compared to South America, because, I mean, it is Smirzera hosting it, so, obviously. And then I feel like, with me being the one casting for the English, side of it, I still haven't grown super big as a caster or anything yet, so there's not always a ton of people watching or really getting involved with it. So as I grow a little bit more, we might see it get even bigger and bigger, which could be crazy. Because right now, I think they have enough to almost run... No, they have enough to run 5 lobbies. They almost have enough to run 6 lobbies. So that's crazy. The fact that they almost have enough to run 6 lobbies for Americas. Oh yeah, DJ, we're gonna keep at it every Monday and Tuesday. We're gonna keep at it. Towards the end of June, I'm gonna stream every single day that last week in June. Just like a regular stream on top of casting and everything, because I have a week off from work, taking a little vacation, and I just want to stream every single day. So, should be some fun. We'll obviously have some fun with our Smirzera League on Monday and Tuesday. I'll try and message some other people, try and get some games with some fun people, maybe get some games with Shane Doe in. Ooh, IQ, you gotta jump out of that vehicle as it blows up. IQ almost goes down. A lot of damage taken, so it looks like Mira had a pretty good setup going, pretty good understanding of where pure RNG were gonna go, and they're just running circles around Valley 8. And they're just gonna burn him. Wow. You know, BM happens and everything, but it's a little over the top by Mira. They're still in the blue zone, too. Mira, we're very committed to that. Potentially dangerous luminosity rotating next to each other now. As, oh, DIY ends up running over Cowboy. So that's going to be the, what, 3rd team knock that we've seen come out as players are running over their teammates. Animaniacs fake right in front of Slabby. One of the tires blown up as fake. He takes one down before he gets knocked. Slabby now, he's going to get knocked by A-Kim. Potentially dangerous, and Animaniacs run into each other and cause so much mayhem. Nidavon, the last one, still standing for Animaniacs, and it looks like Luminosity gonna be coming over onto this, and they take down both Bizzler! What a spray from the vehicle to take down both of Potentially Dangerous. Fourth was on Team Liquid last match. There was a 4th? Oh my god. Wait, Liquid? So Liquid have run over each other 3 times today? Laven gets a knock onto Griffith. Gonna be looking to try and support his teammate. This building's free, Conf. You can go and you can look towards the 4-man to try and protect Griffith, but you just don't get over there in time. Now you do. Zevo gets knocked, Flavin gets knocked, Arthur from the side, and 4-0 within a matter of seconds, annihilated by Fairy Tale. Unfortunately, they do lose Griffith in the process, so 7 kills. That's crazy, DJ. I didn't even notice, but Team Liquid, I guess, even with knocking their teammates, still dominating the lobby currently in first place. Maybe they just need a team knock to get going for the match, you know? Just like, oh, yeah, run me over real quick, and then we'll be good to go. We'll be able to play better. Superstition, you know? Oh, Pirlo, the tire gets taken out so quickly, and now he's just trying to hit the reverse button, but Lopez able to get the knock onto him. Clausen pops over here, but I don't think it's really a safe spot to go. Get a couple of smokes out As MHP, he's on the other side. He's gonna make a drive now right by them. The same drive that just killed Pirlo. Are they gonna have MHP go down? Headshot. One more bullet connects and down he would go. 12 IG doesn't end up connecting with the bullet. Fair enough. Fair enough. The nest ball is not the ball to go with there, DJ. Nest ball is for water type and... No, it's not even... No, wait. Nest ball is first stage. Never mind. I'm going crazy. You were right, DJ. What am I thinking? I was thinking netball, not nest ball. That's what I was thinking. Oh, well, Kadzia. This is not the rotation. Let me tell ya. Oh, Roth. Roth, oh, Roth, you are gonna be going down here. He has hit the ground, and now he's getting shot at from the other side. This is not what Roth was expecting when he rotated through here, and Kadzia may end up going down here early. Already down to 2 left, and this north side of the zone is getting a lot of attention. Empire, they've lost 2. The kill feed lighting up with kills and flushes. MHP goes down to XP. The P's and the X's in the kill feed, taking each other out. Klaus and Pirlo, they're making their rotate just up the hillside now. Still getting shot at by so many players. I'm so sorry, DJ, but I don't want to turn the auto mod off. Because what you don't see is, like, 2 or 3 messages that are, like, the bot messages for getting view bots and stuff, that the auto mod does catch every single, cast I do. If it wasn't catching any, and wasn't actually doing his job, I would turn it off so people could, like, message as much as possible. But unfortunately, it's really good at catching those bot messages. Nidavon with the Panzer takes down 1. The vehicle about to blow up. Fairy Tale trying to get involved. Nidavon gets the knock onto Bisler, and that's a second one down for Luminosity. Voxic trying to crash onto this. He hits up against the side, and Dream 1 on the other side could cause some problems. More nades coming through. Taifu trying to get some shots onto the side. Oh. There we go. Epic is here covering our back here, DJ. I didn't even know you could do that. But now you'll be able to do just regular Pokecatch. If you need to in a hurry. Voxic, he's down to just a single hit point, but Shroud gets shot off by Gats. Bisler and them. Yeah, I might give you a list of all the Pokecatch things that we can do. That way you can kind of add those. But at least we got a basic one now for today. I very much appreciate you adding those. Kadzia having Razav pull up towards them. Cowboy gets the knock onto Fisher. More nades going through the flush onto Fisher with that one. Martin almost goes down, and with the follow-up nade, he does. Fisher gets flushed out. 2 down for Razav. The other 2 slowly making their way over. Oh, any with those best... That's awesome. Okay, perfect. That is awesome. Thank you for doing that. Cowboy and DIY, they're getting out of there. Razav Laucha was going for the reload. Maybe not the perfect timing to go for it. Dead end eliminated by Empire XP. Getting a couple more kills. Ugh. My hair's all slicked back from the hat. Shots coming out from Shroud. Gets the knock onto Bale, gets the flush. Akim has been knocked for Fairy Tail, but they're up to 9 kills so far. So it's going to be a good match. I mean, any match where you get 10 points is fantastic, because you're a quarter of the way through to staying safe. So if you have 4 matches where you get 10 points, then you're good. You've made it through. And there's nothing else you have to worry about. Voxic, he gets a knock onto Hansi, and the other 2 members of Dream 1 still out in the blue zone. I don't know if they've gotten any kills yet, but if not, then they need to survive and get a couple of placement points at the very least. Jibs goes down to the blue zone. And now it's down to just Flamescar. Team Liquid in the middle, really on the western side of zone, surviving, thriving. Have to see Amigos. They're making their way over. Cowboy goes down to Lopez. Now it's all on to DIY. Laucha ends up getting the kill steal. So now Laucha and Amigos may end up fighting each other. DIY might be able to get involved afterwards for a little bit of a third party. As the kill feed starts to light up, the util going towards Laucha, and all 4 of Amigos are making it over here, and now DIY, you just gotta keep your head down. He's trying to go for a little bit of a counter-rotate. Laucha, can you get any knocks? DIY goes for the shots, and he doesn't hit a single one! He's just completely missed the Scar, betraying DIY there. And he's not able to connect with anything. There we go, get some shots onto Vapeskar now. Lopez is there, he gets the shots, and DIY goes down. Mira clearing out the building. Team Liquid surrounding them on the rest of the sides besides south. So they can still rotate down to the south and outside of this if they want to. But I'm sure Team Liquid doesn't want that to happen. Shroud gets the knock onto DNL. More shots going through the smokes as he's trying to find either another knock or a flush. Yeah, I don't think he misses those shots if he has the AUG. Like, those shots looked perfect. But I think just the timing of the shots with the Scar is just super, super whack sometimes. Other times it shoots like a laser beam. As it looks like Fairy Tail going to be going up against Amigos. Lopez gets the knock onto Shroud before going down to LFP1 from the hillside. Smoke's trying to go out as the flush is coming through. Lopez, he is surviving. Voxic gets the knock onto Penta. Now Snaker's moving forward. Headshot onto IQ. Snaker's almost runs into Gatsnade as he hops over and takes care of IQ. Pure RNG down 8th place. And now Mira gonna be fighting up against Team Liquid. Molotov's nades coming through. Fauna with a double onto Alo and sparking. Luke 12 almost there. And it was almost 3 as Purdy on the other side of the building. Trying to sneak forward, trying to find a different angle to cause more problems. Fauna on the edge there. Alo gonna go down, sparking here in a second with the blue zone pushing. Gonna go down. It's gonna be Luke 12 and Purdy to try and take on Mira. Fauna gets the shots onto Luke 12, takes him down, and now the shots coming through from Purdy. But no, Fauna able to find the kill onto Purdy, and Team Liquid go down in 6th place. Luminosity, 7 kills. Looking towards Mira on the hillside. Mira, they needed a good match, as they were lower on the leaderboard than we were expecting. Or at least than I was expecting after pulling off such a dominant win last week. So now we're going to see Lopez getting shot at by Voxic. 275 out for his 2 guns, so he can shoot. So many bullets to work with. As Emmy, he gets a flush and then a knock onto Lopez. On the Amigos, Luminosity, they're going to be using some util towards Mira, the nade. It does a little bit of damage. The blue zone 1 goes out. Is they going to find anything? Doesn't look like it. Surely they're going to prep more. LFP1, that nade going right towards him. It bounces, but it was cooked for a little bit too long. Fauna spotted out. Another nade coming towards Snakers. He's able to avoid that. Fauna, he's taking damage from the Molotov. Trying to go somewhere else. He takes a bullet, and the Molotov gonna do enough because of it. XP, gotta be careful. Don't want to get spotted out. So now it's gonna be Quan making his way up and over the hill. He gets the flush onto Gads. Peeks up and over the hill. Snakers takes him down. And we're down to our top 4 teams. Amigos, Luminosity, Toyo, and Empire. XP, 5 kills. He's been carrying Empire on his back for this match. 5 kills and up to a 4th place. Toyo with the Deadly Dollhouse SLR. 1 kill, but he's got the placement points. Amigos, they keep on going from hillside to hillside. They have spots in the zone. Emmy, pretty much every team should know that Emmy is in that shack at this point, besides maybe XP, who might be focusing more on survival. Though he is looking towards Amigos, and maybe that shot a little bit early, betraying his position. I don't think he saw Vapeskar. No, he definitely did not. So now he's going to go for the heal before trying to move forward. He's going to need another smoke a little bit closer. Now Luminosity from the other side. Vapeskar probably going to get that angle again onto XP. Should be able to get the final shots, and there it is. XP down in 4th place. But 4th place and 5 kills is a really good salvage game for XP there. As we see Amigos flex out a little bit more, try and get some more space. 3v2v1 is what we have. Amigos, 7 kills so far. This is probably going to be the last Pokemon of the night. And it's a Psyduck. Gosh, what a headache. Oh, Snakers, good headshot there onto DNL. Vapeskar, he doesn't have a helmet, so if he takes a headshot, he goes down. Emmy, his armor's looking great. The only problem is he's a solo. There we go, DJ. Did that work a little bit better? No auto mod stopping you from spamming those messages? Perfect. That's what I like to see in here. Amigos, they're in a tough spot compared to Luminosity here. As Luminosity's still in on the very edge, but Amigos, they have a rotate to make. They are not safe. They are not in. And then Emmy. It looks like maybe making a little bit of a... No, he's just still in his shack. Vapeskar spotted out by Snakers there. Maybe the shots will follow through. I don't know when the last time I caught a Pokemon in here was. Like, oh my goodness. How am I rolling so low? Luminosity, no matter what, third place, 9 kills. Pretty good match from them. I believe that puts them up and over the 40-point mark, so they don't have to worry about too much going into tomorrow. Emmy. Tough spot for him. Amigos, they also have to move. And they're probably going to send it towards Emmy as Snakers finds one. Emmy trying to shoot through the little gap he has in the smoke. He saw DNL trying to go for the shots. And Snakers is the one that finds DNL. The spray coming through. No, Emmy. You got to find a spot. Your smoke is about to go out. And then you are going to go down to Luminosity. The shot's coming out. One onto Snakers. One headshot onto Voxic. And that's good. A knock onto Snakers. Good headshot there. Gets the kill steal onto DNL. Goes for the shots onto Voxic. Can he hit the headshot? No, Voxic takes him down. And now Voxic just going to go for the res onto Snakers. Vapeskar knows that his opportunity is now. He has to push up this hillside. He has 4 stuns to work with. All he had to do was throw them and continue to push forward. But now Snakers... No, he just gets rezzed and then knocked by the blue zone. So it's going to be a 1v1 Vapeskar versus Voxic. And the kills... Or the kill onto Snakers, because he went down to the blue zone, is going to be an extra point towards the Amigos. And away from Toyo. Vapeskar far over to the left. Voxic gets one onto Vapeskar, but Vapeskar continues to throw more. And Voxic trying to find him, gets good shots and takes him down. Voxic and Luminosity win the final match of the night. 12 kills, 2,400 damage, 11 assists. Beautiful there from them. We'll get to watch that one more time real quick. Vapeskar tries to go for the shots, tries to duck out of there, but he might have wanted to just try and stick to that to try and take down Luminosity. But now we're going to go to the no cam because we want to wait for the leaderboard to pop up. And then we'll call it a night there until we get back into it again tomorrow. Well, I'm glad that I showed you the kill twice then, DJ. Because it wasn't just once that I showed it, it was twice that I showed it. So should be good. Is this the updated leaderboard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our top 6 teams each have 1 win apiece, and they are all at the 40-point mark, so they're all safe. Honestly, if we're looking at the 40-point mark, going into tomorrow, it's honestly pretty cut and dry which teams are going to be fighting for survival. And right now it looks like 4-0 and below. Now obviously if potentially Dangerous or Pure RNG or even Mira have a bad day, Mira having a bad day, little hard to believe that they're not going to get at least another 30 points tomorrow. Uh, so it's probably going to be like if pure RNG just can't keep up with what they're doing or potentially dangerous falls down a little bit. Those are really your teams that are fighting for it. Or maybe Dead End are that outclassed currently, and just aren't able to find the right strategy. That it may turn into something more of what's going to happen with them, and if they don't get like really even up to 20 points, then maybe we see the cutoff closer somewhere to 45 points to maybe even 50. But time will tell when we look at it again tomorrow and we see how the matches go. It's going to go through the rest of the divisions real quick, but I'm going to sign off. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you guys again here tomorrow for some more wonderful Smirzera League action. Also, real quick before uh there is going to be maintenance tomorrow. Um so I don't know if everyone in the lobby has event access. I will try and keep you guys updated as soon as I know, but it may end up turning into a Wednesday kind of thing. So just keep in mind we might not end up casting tomorrow, and if we're not on tomorrow, we'll be here on Wednesday. Almost forgot about that because I don't know if we have full event access for our current lobby. Mainly, I don't know if Dead End um, has full access, uh, or Razav are the two teams that I'm not sure if they have access or not. So I think everyone else does. But with that, I'm gonna be getting off for the night and trying to figure things out over what's gonna happen either tomorrow or the next day. And a little bit of a tidbit. Uh, we might end up casting the Megapint tournament this Friday, held on the Megapint channel, so that could be really fun and interesting. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. See you guys either tomorrow or Wednesday